Hey, there's no shame in trying things that people ain't never tried before.
Everyone wants validation, or at least their existence affirmed. And further, people want to be valued. Notoriety and like. 2 meters, boys. Notoriety is subjective and a bit hard to define. Notoriety changes person to person. One person's notoriety meter could be a school, or a platform, or even an individual, or something less defined, or even unknown. But the fuller your notoriety bar is with whoever or whatever you place it on, the more recognition you get from it/them. The more notoriety, the more affirmed the existence. But how do you achieve this? How do you achieve notoriety? Well, there are a few methods, and that's where the like bar comes in. You see, you need notoriety, you need affirmation, but you don't need to be liked. You want to be liked. You can be notorious and disliked, hated even. And that usually results from forcing people to give you notoriety and trying to make them like you. For example, when I was in middle school, I wrote Sonic fanfics because I was I was so fucking gay. And I forced people to read them. And they fucking hated me. Understandably. Remember value threat analysis? People hate when you force bad deals on them. You'll get your affirmation, you'll get your notoriety, you'll get noticed, but people will hate you. That's why people hated me when I was younger, right? Because I needed affirmation, I needed notoriety, but my existence, my hobbies, my work were all bad deals. So what did I do? I looked at myself and realized I was a bad deal. So I limited my notoriety, I lowered my notoriety, and minimized my dislike to at least keep people from hurting me. But running on low to no notoriety sucks because you feel like you don't exist. And really you don't. Because communication is exchange, remember. If you have nothing, you get nothing. Now, you could steal it. You could steal your notoriety. But that's tainted. That makes people dislike you, and you don't want that. So if you're not such a loser, you force people to like you, or manipulate people to like you. Manipulation is even worse, boys. One thing I hate, really hate. I hate when people give me empty compliments so I'll like them. People do that a lot when you have something, and God, that's even worse than people forcing their shit on you. But what do you do if you won't force or manipulate or steal your notoriety? Well, you can try living on little notoriety, little affirmation, or even no notoriety and no affirmation, but that's not really living, and that's hardly existing. If a tree falls in the woods, if a loser makes a YouTube video, and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Technically, but the tree doesn't want likes, comments, and subscribers, boys. And it's pretty miserable. I have very specific tastes in women and friends, and although I could try forcing my way into those things, you can force senpai to notice you, but if you have nothing, or something worse, it won't happen or it won't last. But you don't want that. You want stable, positive notoriety, positive affirmation. But how do you get it? Well, boys, it isn't easy. You need to be so goddamn good that people can't help but like you. Do you know how hard that is? Want is already fickle, and you need to meet and surpass people's wants constantly. You need to be the fucking best, always. If you want people to like you, if you want your affirmation positively. Because they won't just give it to you. And you'll hate them for it. You will hate them for it. Why won't people like me? But you won't like someone who offers you nothing, or offers you shitty deals, will you? So you do one of three things. You lower your standards, you go down into the shit, you take shit, you give shit, or you stop existing, you don't exist at all, in which case, why even exist? Or you step up and you never get to step down. None of which are fun. Stepping up is, I think, the best path. But it's hard. And hardly worth it. You can never relax. You probably have shit tools, or someone will always have better tools. And even when you succeed, you know, underneath all of it, it's just an exchange. And that sucks. I mean, me, you think I want to do this? What are my tools? What are my tools? I can speak okay and edit basically, up against people who are... Goddamn, what are they doing? Curing cancer? Going to Mars? Pulling millions of subs per day? These are the people we compete against. And this is my best. I hinge my future on these videos. Or at least a happy future, my happy future on these videos. My friends, my career, my loving wife, all of them will come through YouTube, ideally. Or they won't, probably won't. And before one of you faggots tells me I shouldn't be picky, or I never know what'll happen. When was the last time something profoundly good, adaptable, with longevity, fell in your lap? For me, never. My existence is a result of my family's achievements, working just to survive, and my survival and my achievements will be from my work. Anything less is settling. And settling is less than ideal, boys, because when you settle, you get what you're given. And you'll be given shit. If you want choice, you have to work for it. Oh, and it's miserable, isn't it? Well, Skimmerlit, this is all great and negative here. I hope you're happy pouting. But what are you getting at? Well, although this is miserable and unrewarding and feels hopeless in everything else's face, I think this path is best. It's overwhelming. It's scary. It's corrosive. Again, it's hopeless feeling. But it potentially sucks the least. And honestly, I trust this. It hasn't paid off yet. I have one friend and nobody I can turn to in crisis, and I make no money. But I trust this discomfort. And boys, God is great, God is merciful. Even if we fuck up, we get out eventually. Either by our own hands or, again, mercifully, before everything gets boring. What I'm getting at here, besides the pouting and venting, of course, you aren't trapped. You want to matter, and you can. And you don't have to force people. You don't have to force it on people. You can earn affirmation. You can earn your right to matter. It's just hard. but I recommend it. We fight a hard and hopeless but worthwhile fight. And if we lose, we have an out. And if we win, we are gone before we're bored. So, boys, be the best. I know it's hard. I know it's unlikely. I know it's lonely. I know it's unbearably overwhelming. And I know we're under-equipped. But if you aren't on top, or have a way to kill or besmirch the person on top, you're crushed underneath. And that just will not do, boys. Will not do at all. And that about rippity wraps this one up, boys. I hope you enjoyed watching, because I certainly enjoyed making it. Like if you enjoyed, because I think that helps me out. Put a little emphasis on the L on that one accidentally, because I forgot where I was going with it. Subscribe if you haven't, because we do this shit sometimes. And comment your thoughts. Forgot to ask questions again. Gosh diddly. Well, no, I didn't forget to ask questions. If I'm being honest, I just had some momentum and didn't want to stop it. So, tell me, boys. Are you trying to be the best? What do you have to offer people? What do you offer people? What are you doing? And how do you feel about it? Because I feel like shit sometimes. Other times I feel great. It's not really like a peak or a trough, though. It's just kind of a... I feel wonderful and awful constantly. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, I think. Hopefully it gets somewhere. Has yours gotten you anywhere, I wonder? I don't know. You're going to have to comment your thoughts, answer the question. Because I love hearing from you. But thanks again for watching, everybody, really. We have a lot of fun on this channel. Tons of fun. A bunch of fun. But sometimes not as much fun. Sometimes not as much fun. But either way, I look forward to doing this with you guys again in the future.